Within 1 minute about Agile Project Management, definitely. We do have different techniques like MOSCO, that stands for must have, should have, could have, and won't have this time. This as a technique has been used across different thousands of organizations for requirements gathering, for quality, to analyze our risk. That is a very good technique. Similarly, we do have other techniques. We do have roles and responsibilities, like what should be the role of the project manager, what should be the role of the BA side of it, what should be the role of the development team, the SDT, Solution Development Team. Likewise, there are various techniques, tools, artifacts that has been recommended within this certification. So that's why I would definitely recommend AgilePM.
Hello everyone, welcome to another session of APMG Midday Mentors, where we talk to experts from the community on various topics. I'm Suchitra from APMG India, based out of Bangalore, and I'm delighted to introduce our guest for today's session, Bikram Routray. Bikram is the lead trainer with the Management Trainer, an APMG accredited training organization accredited for Agile Project Management, Change Management, and Agile Change Agent. Welcome, Bikram, and thank you so much for joining us today. I'm delighted to have this conversation with you. To start off, I'll just hand over to you to talk a little bit about yourself so that our viewers can get to know you a bit more.
Thank you, Suchitra. It's my pleasure to be part of this program today. As far my introduction goes, it's almost like 21 years now. My introduction, probably I'll divide it into two parts about my professional journey and the training and the certification side of it. The year around 1999, Y2K year, that is when I started my journey with operations. Then I moved into project, program, portfolio management side of it, into change management side of it. So in a way, I have seen it all, Suchitra, in terms of the waterfall side of the delivery, in terms of the agile side of the delivery. In the domain areas, I have started with the CPG, that is the consumer products goods, and I have moved into the airlines. Predominantly, it is in the IT industry, then into the pharmaceuticals, then into the petrochemicals. That is how my journey has been so far. And I have been placed in various roles, be it being a project manager, being a program manager, be a portfolio manager into the operations. I was, in my last job role, I was a director in one of those pharmaceutical unit. Now I'll come to the second part of it in terms of the training and how I switched over to the training side of it. Around 2011, I did my first project management certification. By that time, I was looking into it in a different aspects. Project managers, they are the guys who will be ruling over you. And with that kind of mindset, I started the journey. I did my first certification. It was not a smooth journey. It was very difficult for me. Many times I had to unlearn certain aspects to learn something. But that journey gave me that boosting I was looking for. That also gave me what I was looking for in terms of the professionalism, to know something in project management. And that is when I thought, why not I start sharing the same knowledge to my colleagues, my friends. Around 2012, probably, I started my journey with the training, and where I associated myself with various other institutes at that point in time. Slowly, other project management certifications, other management certification that went on for some time. And eventually, I ended up being part of this management trainer. So it's kind of, with my idea and being a brainchild with this organization, it's the journey has been smooth. And yes, I'm looking forward to, having more to add in terms of the certification and the training for across the globe to various people.
Thank you, Bikram. That has been quite a bit to hear your journey, starting off with working for an industry or a corporation and then moving on to delivering training and then to your own organization. So very interesting journey, I must say. So today, Bikram, we are here to talk about Agile Project Management. If you could just explain to our viewers as to why you're so interested in Agile Project Management and why you're so passionate about it.
Yeah, talking about the passion, Suchitra, if you see most of the people, how they have started, probably they have started with a waterfall background, and that's how they have moved into the agile side of it. Now, when I started my journey, it was totally a different one. The predecessor of this agile, what we call it as the RAD, the rapid application development. That is what I was doing in 1999. So you can think of, to be seeing that part of the agile and moving into an industry. So that is in the beginning. And when I moved into this waterfall side of it, and I was there for almost like a decade or more. And that is when I realized there is definitely a gap, the way typically the IT projects are being delivered. And I remember I took the idea to my departmental head to say that why don't you start with the agile side of it? And his straight answer that point in time around 2012, Bikram, we are not prepared. Bikram, the client is not ready to accommodate agile. But having said that, there was definitely a liking for it. It was there, and when I'm talking about when we are developing something with the waterfall, we used to have the README file, a thick file, wherein we have produced the solution, and now it is the client who will have to go back and see what they need to, how to use that product basically. So that way it was difficult for the client as well as for us who are at the delivery side of it. And that is when the challenge comes in, and when I started to see the things in an agile way, how things can be delivered. Personally, I have seen some of those deliveries having accommodating agile within the organization. So that way it provided some of those aspects, and I was lean towards agile side of it, and things are changing right now.
All right, interesting, Bikram. So now that you delivered a lot of trainings, what are some of the key benefits for people and organizations as well? So, what can one expect to see? What sort of improvements can they expect to see after training?
That's a very good point, because when we talk about a certification, typically we talk about how, as a person, that will be benefited for me. But it is a win-win situation for both the parties, both for the organization as well as the person. I'll, I do conduct some of those post-certification programs. What I call it as the management gupsup, or typically, literally, they means management chit chat. That is the post certification, and that is when I hear so much of stories how they are applying it, whether it is beneficial for them or not. And there are some of those departmental heads, some of those even the organizational head. They have come back to me, and they had said, Bikram, this certification not only it has helped the individuals, but as an organization, as a department, it has helped us. So there are two sides to it. Definitely, we are improving the skill set of the person who is involved in the certification, as well as overall the organization is also getting benefited. And talking about this agile project management in particular, individually, definitely I'm getting the learning, I'm having my certification with me. But as an organization, if you see the mindset that is changing, the skill set of the entire organizational workforce that is changing, the leadership, the management, they are looking into it in a different aspects now. So definitely there is a benefit for both the parties.
Yeah, I agree. And I've also seen, the gup shop which you spoke about, which you actually shared, I think, on LinkedIn, where you had a post training follow up with your students and just got to know how they're implementing what they learned. So that was very interesting, I must say. So moving on, do you have any examples of case studies or any sort of success stories that you would like to share with us?
Oh, definitely. And that reminds me, because I do train people in various subjects, there was this gentleman, he joined me for one of those courses that was again from APMG, that was for change management. And in between, he changed his job and he moved to another organization. And one fine day, he sends out an email to me, Bikram, there is my people within my new organization. I want you to train them for AgilePM. I said, okay. And I started that training program. They were all successful. They were all both the foundation and practitioner certified. And he comes back later point in time, Bikram, not only they are certified, they are happy with the certification in the first place, plus the knowledge and the experience that they have brought in to the table, that is something unique. And now the mindset that was not there, and this was a typical IT organization, it was more into the gaming platform. And he said everything was moving. There was no control points, there was no checkpoints. That is when these certifications with their knowledge that definitely helped them to have that collated, have that something within their control unit, control point. Definitely, there are similar case stories I do have where people have come back and said it is helping them as an organization.
Amazing, Bikram. So one follow-up question I have is, do you think Agile is only for IT industry, or do you see the scope of Agile application across industries and functions?
Interesting. And as I told you, this is how things have moved in the past. And that's why the typical mindset is Agile is all about IT. And almost, those who come for this certification also, how is it going to benefit me if I'm from, say, construction industry, if I'm from the mining industry? But having seen that, and as I told you, in the airlines industry also, we have practiced Agile. It is not only just for the IT industry. IT industry, definitely they're making most benefit out of it, I can say. But I have seen personally, I have trained people across the globe. They are from the mining industries, they are from the governmental organization, from the education departments. Everybody is getting benefited with Agile, right? So that way, definitely, it is not only IT specific, but across the board, we can take it to any industry.
Amazing. Thank you for actually explaining that point very well. So, as you know, Agile Project Management certification consists of two levels, the foundation level and the practitioner level. So, if you could just let our viewers know as to why should one go in for the higher level, the practitioner level as well.
Excellent. And if you see the Agile PM certification in itself, we do have foundation and the practitioner, we call it as digging deeper. That is when to get to know more about the study itself, you have to come for the practitioner course. Foundation, it is overall, this will definitely give you an idea about what is Agile all about. But if somebody is really interested in project management, and having said that, most of the Agile studies today, they're into the delivery side of it. How do I deliver a product? How do I deliver a solution real quick? But in terms of the project management and Agile, this is probably one of the best studies I can say. But in not only just you are looking into the delivery, but you are also looking into the project management side of it. Now, if somebody is really interested in the project management and going deeper into it, just not knowing what is the philosophy of Agile, what is the practices, what are those products or people, but to know the real side of it, to know what is the role of the project manager, how the project manager needs to connect with other various stakeholders, what are those artifacts or the products the project manager needs to create. That is definitely one should go for the practitioner side.
Great. And of course, we do have the handbook, the Agile Project Management Handbook, which one can refer to for the practitioner exam as well. Right. So now I would probably let our viewers know why someone should consider taking Agile Project Management. What would you like to say?
In simple words, I would say this is the trend. Just go for it. No, apart from that, definitely, as I said, the Scrum the development side of it and the project management side of it. This is a combined study. It will empower you to become a very good project manager from a delivery side of it as well as the management side of it, end to end. So Agile PM is the best certification in that aspect.
Great. And any final words from you, Bikram, before we wrap up our session today?
Yes, I have been in the industry for almost like 9 years. I'm talking about the certification and the training side of it now. If somebody might be having any clarification, any doubts related to Agile PM, definitely they can reach out to me. And I do conduct across those candidates who are interested in pursuing project management, agile project management in future. They can also join in my gupshup kind of seminars. So that is typically for post certification, but that will definitely provide them an idea how to go about it.
Thank you, Bikram. It's actually been a great pleasure talking to you. And I'm sure your experience and your knowledge, which you've shared today, has benefited our viewers and will benefit anyone who's watching as well. And I'm sure people will contact you to know more. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much, Suchitra. It's a pleasure to be connected and to provide my side of the story on Agile PM. Thank you.